What's up, squad? Back with another video. Y'all seeing the titles going down. Make sure you hit the like button, that subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it? Let's jump right to it.
I rise with the intention of getting in some good trouble. I rise with the intention of disrupting the normal business of the United States Senate for as long as I am physically able. In just 71 days, the President of the United States has inflicted so much harm on Americans' safety.
Okay.
Financial stability, the core foundations of our democracy, and even our aspirations as a people from our highest offices, a sense of common decency.
Now, where was all this when Biden administration, when the prices was skyrocketed and the crime was up and immigration was up? Where was all this energy? I'm confused.
Elon Musk has been engaging in a different kind of political theater with $1 million giveaway to Wisconsin voters, which will
So if y'all didn't watch my last video, please go check it out. It was Jasmine Crockett. Please go check that video out. It was Jasmine Crockett literally taking advantage of elderly, retired couple of $16,000. And you have Elon Musk here giving away $1 million to people, and they're complaining about it and they have something to say about it. I'm trying to piece everything together. Like, you have people that's literally taking money from people. And then you got people that's giving money away. I'm telling y'all, bro, it's always something with these ladies, bro. It never seems that amazing.
I just want to point out that, here in New York, we used to have something called a political machine called Tammany Hall. And one of the things that they stopped was them being able to pay people to vote the way they wanted them to pay. They used to call it quid pro quo.
Yeah, right.
And they stopped all of that. They said they didn't want that because it didn't represent what people wanted. It represented what
the buyer wanted.
The buyer, because you should not be able to buy it. But are any of these effective? We know it's effective because people need money. So I guess if someone's holding out and saying, you have the chance to win $1 million.
I think, of course, that
you have the view complaining about that, Americans aren't getting this and Americans not doing that, and Trump and Elon and Trump administration, everybody is literally doing everything they can to, make America, way better, and doing everything they can, and it's literally only been a few months and they are constantly complaining about it. Like, I find it so crazy. And then what is so crazy to me is that Biden, the 4 years, he was in office with Kamala. What did we see out of all of those 4 years? Like, I'm confused on why they put out this BS on this show.
That's going to be effective for some people. But I love what Cory Booker is doing. I love what Senator Cory is doing. Of course, Sonny. In recent years, you've seen these sort of marathon filibusters. That's not exactly what he's doing because there's nothing on the floor right now coming to vote. If there's something on the floor coming to vote, sometimes a senator will get on the floor and just take up tons of time during a marathon to stall the vote, right? That's a filibuster. He's not doing that. But we're in a constitutional crisis, people. We are. I don't care what anyone says. We are. We're there right now. And we need that kind of energy coming from the Democrats. People feel that no one is fighting for them. And when I look at Cory Booker, I feel like Cory Booker is fighting for them. It makes.
You want to know what's funny? Anytime you have somebody that is getting up talking crazy about Elon and Trump, Sonny, out of nowhere, says things like this.
Fighting for them. And when I look at Cory Booker, I feel like Cory Booker is fighting for them.
When it came to Hakeem Jeffries, of course, Sonny Hostin said that. Is she talking about Hakeem Jeffries now? No, she's not. When Al Green pointed his stick, cane, whatever he calls it, for himself, whatever he does with the thing, I don't know. She says the same thing, but you're talking about Al Green anymore? No. Jasmine Crockett, she talked about her, and then the whole View said that she needed to apologize. Jasmine Crockett came back and said she's not apologizing. So it's one of those things that is just, the View they don't know who the leader is for the Democratic Party. It's whoever is. It's like that bandwagon. It's they jump on anybody that's really me personally. This is my first time hearing about Cory Booker. This is my first time hearing about him. You know, and my thing is Sonny always got to open up her mouth again when somebody says anything that is hateful, that's bashing, or that's negative towards Trump and his administration. Because sooner or later, Sonny Hostin, that Cory Booker name isn't going to come out of her mouth no time soon. At all after this.
It makes a lot of sense to me. It looked a lot like when Senator Chris Murphy, spoke for about 14 hours on gun control in 2016, trying to affect some change.
Did it do anything?
in this country. Well, I think we saw for the first time a very small bill pass in terms of gun control. And so I think it starts that momentum, that energy that you need.
Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to note, so on the Elon Musk, he's paying people to sign a petition, but it's obvious the intention behind it. But we should note Democrats have actually spent more money on that Wisconsin Supreme Court seat than Republicans have. Elon is the single biggest donor, but Democrats have actually outraised Republicans in that race. Now, I'm a little intrigued by these special elections today because this is going to be the first sign of, is the resistance bigger than just Democrats who lost the election and want to show out and show up to show that they're opposing Donald Trump? Or are there moderates and independents and Republicans who are like, wait, this isn't what I voted for? And where I'm going to be looking is Florida's 6th congressional district. So this was Mike Waltz, the National Security Advisor's seat. And this is a seat that Donald Trump won there by 30 points. It is a deep red, ruby red seat. But the Democrat, a public school teacher, 40-year-old guy, outraised the Republican candidate 10-1 in that seat. So Republicans are nervous because if they lose that seat, they could shift the balance of power with some other in the House of Representatives.
Not nervous.
With retirements that happen. My caution, I think it's too steep of a hill to overcome and win somewhere as deep red as this, but I'm curious to see how close the margins are because it will signal, is this more than just Democrats like, we need to put our money somewhere to feel like we're fighting, or is there a tide shift in America?
Well, it's very important to vote, obviously, in these small elections right now because that will take the temperature of the country a little bit more. But I really think the temperature of the country is shifting. It looks like that to me. I think, the fact that they want to bury Signalgate.
Away from all the BS, yeah. You're right.
Nobody wants to talk. Remember that?
Mike Waltz, the seat that's up.
Yeah.
He was on Signalgate.
I mean, they were talking about bombing a country.
Bro, I literally just told y'all yesterday. This is something that they will never let go, bro. Y'all want to know how I know they will never let this go? My father came over here the other day, and my dad had brought it up. I feel like this is something that they will never let go. This is something that, and the crazy thing is that, again, when it came down to the Biden administration, bro, 4 consecutive years, of all the things that man has caused, Kamala too, and the whole administration, and they have not spoke about none of those things. They spoke mostly about Trump, and it bothers me, bro. It bothers me so much that people are still continuing to support these ladies. I'm telling y'all, bro. They're not going to let this go.
And they're saying that's not classified. And people get scared for stuff like that. And that was a very important thing that happened and woke up some people in this country. Hey, they don't know what they're doing. And they're being very careless. And then, and also this idea, that he wants to run a third term.
Yes.
So, okay. Now, see, to me, that is just a distraction. He knows he can't do that. It's in the Constitution. It's a distraction from Signalgate. It's a distraction. Right.
It's a distraction, but they asked him a question. He answered. Like, I'm just, bro, am I tripping, man? It ain't like Trump just came out and just said like nothing, like, bro.
Distraction to me from the fact that they want to cut Medicare, that they want to cut Medicaid, that they want to cut Social Security. They're going to make it very hard for people who are even in wheelchairs to collect their Social Security.
No,
to be
they're
able
not,
to go down to where the what do you call it? The place where they give you the
Social
check.
Security.
Yeah. It's making.
And Joy want to talk about somebody's age. Joy want to talk about somebody's age and how they thinking and how they moving and how they help. Come on, Joy.
what do you call it? The place where they give you the
Social
check.
Security.
Yeah. It's making it very hard. They're making it harder to vote, harder
Come
to
on.
collect your Social Security.
No telehealth visits?
So he'll throw out what they call these canards, which means, look at this, don't look at this. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it, because that signal gate needs to be right up here.
Well, everything that's going on with Elon Musk and spending in that election, and what Alyssa just brought up, as a strategist, you're saying you can tell by the fundraising. I really wish they'd get money out of these elections altogether, because you almost argue, yes, we live in a democracy where we each have a vote when it's not being pushed back on, but you have a vote. But the money in these things that decides election is almost like they're up for sale. That's how you decide who's going to win.
But wasn't that Citizens United that
yeah,
did
but
that?
the point is
Scalia
that
did that.
you're also asking Congress to get involved and pass some kind of legislation, but that's like regulating themselves. They want the money there. So it is one of the dirtiest parts of our government is this money.
Well, what I really want, what I want more than anything, is I want them to stop fooling around with my right to say what I feel.
Well,
That's coming. I don't like being threatened. I don't like.
Who threatened Whoopi, bro? I'm confused on who threatened Whoopi. I'm confused on who's trying to silence her. Nobody's not doing that. They're on this show. They on X, whatever they doing, saying whatever they saying. And obviously people are going to have opinions of it. You can't sit there and tell, and be like, oh, you can't shut me and have a problem with something just because other people got an opinion about something, bro. Like, you cannot do that. Whoopi, I'm telling y'all, bro, it's always something that cup her.
Running up on me. You don't like what I say. This is America.
Who ran? I'm going to look it up. They don't do nothing but give lies. But now all of a sudden people are running up on Whoopi, y'all.
I don't like people running up on me. You don't like what I say. This is America. I grew up here. And the one thing I always knew is I had freedom of speech. And every time somebody says, I don't like what they said, so I'm shutting down PBS. I don't like what they do. Those are broad strokes which have nothing to do with reality. Because the fact of the matter is, just because you don't hear me say it doesn't mean I don't feel it. So my big thing is all the things you talked about, but this idea that you can no longer speak your mind as an American is really, really, especially coming from a group that always says, everyone's shutting us down. No one shut you down.
Terrifying.
can I say something?
Oh, it's terrifying. They don't do nothing but scare their audience, bro. And scare their I'm telling y'all, bro. Scaring their supporters, the whole nine. Me personally, I've not seen anything, and I'm sure y'all haven't seen anything of anybody running up on Whoopi and threatening her and saying this and saying that. This is just something that they tend to do when they're talking to their audience, of course. Scaring them, trying to put a spark, on their show. When it comes down, they always got to put Elon Musk or Trump's name in it because, again, the View is failing themselves. Just like the Democrats. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Definitely appreciate y'all. Much love, everybody. Catch y'all next one.